What's up, everyone? It's my Yard here. Now, let's do a little bit of difference. A little bit of a WrestleMania wrap-up, so slam that like button whether you agree or disagree with my points on the views of the certain match types that occurred last evening, which, in my opinion, was very good for the most part. First up, Ryback versus Kalisto. Generic David Goliath matchup. Nothing awesome or hateful or anything. It's something you see on Monday Night Raw, so okay to start off the show. The 5-on-5 Divas match was above expectations as well. Emma and Natalia did awesome work. Even Marie actually pulled off some moves, still botches with tags, as well as her entrance and her facial expressions. But not bad sliced bread. And Lana did not bad as well, so it was a good moment. The tables with the Usos and Dudley Boys at the end of the match, it was to push Usos over. As the Dudleys came back to push talent. They're not caring if they win or lose. They wanted to push people forwards. I know people would have preferred a 3D through a table, but they're pushing the Usos again, and like Roman Reigns, maybe it's not worth it. But at least the Usos can wrestle good. Zack Ryder winning was a surprise for most people, including myself to an extent. Because of all the hype the last couple of weeks with Zack, there was a chance he was going to win it. He was my third pick. Everyone thought it was going to be Owens or Zayn. Then I thought it was Zack Ryder. The other guys, not so really. But the people's expression when The Miz was about to grab it was brilliant. He is a keeper for life for WWE. He is the Roddy Piper of our generation, and I hope he stays. Jericho versus AJ Styles was again an awesome match in my honest opinion. The only downside was, because we've seen it already 2-3 times before, the shock value, the anticipation wasn't as much there. It was still a brilliant display and an awesome match, and the code breaker was phenomenal to pun away. AJ's not got nothing to look bad on. It didn't matter who won that match, in all honesty. The New Day versus League of Nations. Oh dear, the booking. I understand the League of Nations to win it. I loved the huge surprise with HBK, Austin, and Mick Foley, but they just became tag champs, and that's pretty much nullified them being tag team champions now. They are not taken seriously whatsoever, because they got beaten up by 3 Hall of Famers, 3 old fogies as it were, and that's not cool. Loved the New Day attire though, top notch, and Austin Creed must have loved getting stunned. The no hold barred street fight, yes, had so much anticipation, and I was looking really forward to it. But when I saw WrestleMania logo say PG, I thought, there was a little doubt in my head, and that's what happened. Because of it being a PG, the barbed wire was not going to be used at all, which is quite sad face on that, to be honest. It wasn't a bad match, but it didn't live up to the hype, unfortunately. There could have been a lot more that could have been done. The Divas Triple Threat, probably the best wrestling match of the night, bar everyone will say the finish, because the finish was kind of silly to do at a WrestleMania, in all honesty. I don't mind Charlotte still being the champion. It could have been any 3 women, and I would have been happy as content, because they are the 3 best women and wrestlers on the roster. Just that finish at Mania, considering it's happened months and months earlier as well, it's not the way I would book it. But either way, the feuds are still going to continue, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. That cage dive, you could feel it in everyone's hearts and lips and mouths and heads. 100,000 people's hearts stopped when he flew off the cage. That is a sensation you'll never feel again. He's in his 40s and he did that. Don't care if it was a foam table or not. That takes guts. The Battle Royal, as soon as Baron Corbin, who was pretty much unannounced, and Tatanka was in there as well, as soon as I saw him, I thought, he's going to win it. It's the best way. He's got nothing more to prove in NXT. And turned out to happen. Shaquille O'Neal, I'm a British guy, I know who Shaquille O'Neal is, but the big hype wasn't as much there as it should have been. He should have been done it years ago with Big Show. I think it's a bit too late for the feud, to be honest. The Rock and the Wyatt family, it took so long. At this point, we were over 4 hours into WrestleMania, 5 hours including the pre-show, and we thought we must be instantly going into the Reigns Triple H match. And don't get me wrong, Cena coming back was awesome as well. As much as you hate him or love him or whatever else. 6 seconds pin. Yeah, Wyatt's getting beat up again, diminishes them as a heel faction, but the Smarks will still love Wyatt, and you'll still get over no matter what. Now the main event, the intro for Triple H, awesome. The botch of Roman Reigns' entrance for the fist and taking a bit too long, funny as well. I was just not paying attention to this match whatsoever, and I think a lot of people were, purely because we kind of knew Reigns was going to win anyway. There was no swerve, there was no nothing. Stephanie getting speared in the boob was hilarious. She literally, those wet like airbags. It's brilliant. But it lacks something. I think because we had some awesome matches. The Hell in a Cell, I think the Hell in a Cell should have been the last match, in all honesty. The whole crowd was sucked out of that last match, and it didn't help it in any way. And it was quite a long match as well. They tried to put spots in, but we were sort of just not fixated. It might have been the Mania was just too long this year. They put maybe too many matches on the card. They had 9 matches on the main WrestleMania and 3 on the undercard. Maybe that was just a bit too much. You can only learn from the experience. The crowd was still red hot for the majority of it, and I still think it was probably one of the better WrestleManias of the last few years. Some finishes weren't great, but overall the wrestling was pretty spot on, to be honest. Even the Reigns Triple H match, which people weren't paying attention, the spots I saw, it was good. It's just the crowd reaction was there, and the boos, obviously, the rumours of the mics muted from the crowd and everything. Anticipation is key. They will time it when you least suspect a heel turn for Reigns, and something big will happen and explode. So just wait. Won't take long, folks. We could see the return of the Shield. We could see lots of things. Raw is tonight, and we'll see. It is always as red hot as WrestleMania, and we'll go from there. What do you think was the best match on the card? Do you think it was the best WrestleMania of the last few years? Was there any other WrestleManias you thought were better? Was this the worst main event in ages? Because people thought that was going to be the case of Brock and Lesnar, and that didn't turn out to be the case, did it? Far from it. See you soon, folks. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more. Bye bye.